Hello, this is the Silver Watchman, and I apologize for making another Seashine video. I was genuinely planning on making a continuation to the Oddworld series, so we can continue going through Isaiah. I have finished reading it in my free time, and I actually have better insight, thanks to God. But, unexpected things happen. And I had to go to another state for a little bit. And I needed to basically do my duty as a man of God and as a teacher of the word of the Lord. As a peacekeeper and an encourager, I had to, let's keep the peace, but more of a, in a way, just bring peace to a saddened person. And part of what I did is just give some of my testimony and my insight into God and some of God's opinion. And I'm not perfect at that, mostly because, I'm human. And yes, the setup is still the same as it was the last time I did this video. But nevertheless, though, things are getting better. More of a plan is being made. So that's good. And the new home is starting to look a lot better. I have found my Bible as well, which is why I was able to continue on with, just be able to read ahead. But I also have a digital Bible on my PDA, so that's a thing. But there's nothing like having a physical, flesh and paper Bible to just keep by where you're sleeping to help you rest. That's at least how it works for me. That's a shark. He doesn't see me. That is good. I'm just gonna go up here. And a guppy. Just let me pass. Thank you. Okay, so sorry. AC kicked up, blew a lot of dust in my face. Was trying not to sneeze. Did not succeed. Oh gosh. Okay, so basically, it's been another week since the vaccine I've gotten, and I have not grown a seventh. I forgot what the running joke was here. So basically, I'm still healthy. I was never in that much. Actually, I was actually at the front lines when it came to COVID. Yeah, just there, just helping people out. It really is by God's own grace that I didn't get the virus before the vaccine. I didn't get it after the vaccine either. What I did get was a chance to use my panini maker given to me at Christmas time, which was nice. It's very delicious. If any of you guys have any idea of the kind of person I am, I love sandwiches. They're just simple, just like slab of wheat, but in between those slabs of wheat, it's just like a slab of meat, and then like some cheese and stuff. Or, ground up bone patties. Who knows? It depends on what I'm feeling. Usually just chicken bones are enough. You just dry it up, grind it up with a mortar and pestle, and prep it up with some eggs, and there you are. Bone patty. It's actually a lot better tasting than you think it'd be. A little bit bland, if I had to be honest. Oh great, this is what my channel's become. Me playing a game as a jellyfish trying to survive. And talking about food. Yeah, no, next week I'm definitely bringing you guys a lesson plan, because honestly, my mind might be going a little bit, and I am not comfortable with that. I would much rather have a strong mind connected to the will of the Lord. And, talk about God. Something that genuinely brings me joy and pleasure. Oh, that being said, also, if you ever plan on starting a fire, always make sure to just have a backup plan, just in case, one, that fire gets out of control, or two, it's starting to get out of control. Meaning, especially if you're in a wild, always plan to have some kind of basin of water. Oh, cool! It's a giant. It's a thing. That thing's made out of bone or stone. I can't really tell. All right then. Hey, do you guys remember the? I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but I certainly do from when I was younger. The Mike versus Ike thing. It's like, well, I'm Mike and I'm Ike. Well, this is a box of Mikes and this is a box of Ikes. Mike versus Ike. And then, they just kind of, after a while, just brought it back to just kind of like Mike and Ike. Do I have to pay them if I just mention their brand? Or do they sponsor me because I mentioned their brand? Because I really do like their candy. It's such a good candy. I've been eating them since I was a small, not exclusively eating candy, because I wouldn't get enough nutrition. But they are one of my favorite candies. Oh snap! They have a Mega Mix now, and Mike and Ike Sourlicious Zowers Intense Fruit. I don't know what makes them so Sourlicious, but it's a thing. Let's see what else is in here. Since I already have the box in my hand, and it's the only thing I can do to keep myself from actually eating it on camera. On air. Ingredients include sugar, corn syrup, modified food starch. Contains less than 0.5 of the following: citric acid, malic acid, fumaric acid, sodium citrate, natural and artificial flavors, dextrin, confectioner's glaze, carnauba wax, medium chain, triglycerides, red number 40, yellow number 6, yellow number 5, tartrazine, and blue number 1. And this is, of course, gluten-free. How do you get gluten in a candy? It's just you know what? Yeah, that's what we're gonna look up today. What is gluten? Where does it come from? And where does it go? Oh yeah, and I decided in my free time I'm going to be doing more I'm going to be just taking more classes on cybersecurity so I can do things. Like, create a better security system. Build some robots. I don't know. Okay, so what is gluten? Here we are. Gluten is a group of seed storage proteins found in certain cereal grains. Although strictly speaking, gluten pertains only to wheat proteins. Gluten-free alternatives: amaranth, brown, white, and wild rice, buckwheat, almond meal flour, coconut flour, corn, cornstarch, cigar gum. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. It was such a weird word for me to see. Gar gum, millet, pea flour. Hold on. Sorry, I've never heard the term pea flour in my life, and that is okay. You know what? Whatever. I'll let it be a thing. Potato flour. That's you know what? I think I've used potato flour. It's actually not that bad. Potatoes, quinoa, and quinoa is like. If any of you have ever had, farina, it's basically like that, just bigger. They also kind of look like mustard seeds. If you have to ask for my exact opinion, because I've seen it. Sorghum, I have no idea what that is. Soy flour and teff. What is teff? Okay, yeah. So. Candy should never have gluten in it because these are bread-based things. What is teff? Hold on. Okay, now we're going down this rabbit hole even further because why not? Teff. What is that? What is teff? Oh. Oh, it's lovegrass. Lovegrass. Oh. Well then. Well, now I know what teff is. Hey, it's a turtle. And honestly, I don't understand what is the big deal about gluten, but I'm pretty sure that to my knowledge, anytime anyone's allergic to anything is typically, sorry, I slapped my mic by accident. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me just adjust it to just get it back into place. So anytime that you have well, what causes gluten allergies is typically any allergy actually is a lack of exposure, because if your body hasn't encountered it too often, your body will become allergic to it in a way, and your immune system will attack it, heavily, depending on how little exposure you've had. And that's also, at least in my opinion, kind of how sicknesses work. Because if your body sees something and that it's never seen before, the whole immune system is going to go wild and attack it. That's kind of not good for you because you're going to feel sick. But keep in mind, bacteria your body will kill, given enough time and enough resources to kill it, and enough help if necessary. But the thing about viruses is that your body will just beat it down and it stays dormant in your system. To my knowledge. I'm no expert here, but I do have a couple of medical books, and I'm just going on the old medical knowledge that I have, which is it pretty much stops at the year 2005, if I had to be completely honest with you people. So yeah, I may have out-of-date medical knowledge, but it's still medical knowledge. I'm no expert though. I'm not constantly studying medicine. I'm constantly studying, spirituality, demonology, different religions, as well as studying the Lord. Oh, that was close. So, yeah. Let's see. So, I don't know, I guess not all diseases are curable by exposure. But we do have a surprisingly adaptive immune system that, over the course of the past couple of centuries, has become weaker thanks to our insanely clean environments. But also, because of those insanely clean environments, we're also able to live longer because, we're less likely to encounter something incredibly deadly because of how often we clean. So it's a bit of a I guess it's a bit of a catch-22. Grow weaker and safer, or stay strong and die young. So it's really is a bit of a catch-22. There's no real winning. I mean, we all end up dying at some point too, but that's just our bodies. What we do here carries weight for the rest of eternity. But most people don't like to think of that. But that's always how I've looked at it. I mean, at least in the past, from what I can actually remember in my life. I can't remember much. But what I can remember, God is there. And Satan is trying to kill me. But that's just normal for now. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you, with all malice, and be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake hath forgiven you. Ephesians chapter 4 verses 31 to 32. And pray without ceasing. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 17, King James Version of the Bible. And hey, if you like the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, or buy some merch if you don't want to do any of that. Because all the other stuff I mentioned is free. But here's something that's a little less free, but is a little bit better in repaying you. Take care of the lowest of your societies. You want to represent me? You want to represent God? Then do that. Take care of your homeless. Take care of your widowed. Take care of your veterans. Take care of the orphaned. Protect the orphaned. Comfort the widowed. Take care of the homeless. And remember your veterans. Remember their sacrifices. I understand that some of you may not agree with the fact that our species wars constantly. God doesn't agree with that either, but there's no denying that at certain points war is necessary. It helps stimulate our economies, unfortunately, but also destroys them too, depending on who's paying. But nevertheless, though, people, they fought hard. So just remember that they're humans too. They're humans that are now traumatized. For the most part, from what I can tell, every single veteran I've talked to has trauma. And I don't blame them for that, because it is... taking a human life will stick with you. Especially the more of a moral core that you have. Because you start thinking about, what if those people had lives too? You know, somebody that they loved, kids that they were raising. A wonderful partner waiting for them at home. And this is where they ended. A place filled with pain, fear, and agony. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. At least in hell, it's kinder. At least there you know you're suffering because of something you did. But in war, it doesn't have to be the case. Either way, thank you all for watching. Glory be to God. And sorry for ending on such a very dark note. This is the Silver Watchman signing out. But seriously though, guys, subscribe, and I like teaching you.